Hello, everybody. It is Saturday night. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Man, it has been so long since I have been live. I feel like I said that before and that wasn't so long ago. I can't keep up. Nonetheless, happy Saturday, everybody. Welcome, those who are tuning in. My name is Shelly Fan. I am the CEO and owner of Ask Shelly Consulting, and I'm so excited. I just hopped on tonight on this great Saturday evening because I wanted to have a live conversation with an amazing man. And so it's going to all make sense in just a few moments, but I want to just take some time to just say, I've missed you all. I endeavor to be back on live a lot more often. Listen, I have so much to say. It seems like the older I get, the more I feel like I need to share and get off my chest. There's something about being in your late 40s. You just stop caring about what people think. And so you just kind of give it raw and you're okay with how people take it. And if there's anybody that understands how it is or what that feels like or the freedom that comes with not giving a fill in bad word here, give me a virtual high five. I see a heart. So yes, honey, that is liberating. And of course, I have sense and I know how to put my words together in a way that still gives me access to heaven. All right. So anyway, I'm not going to be before you long. And I know I always say that and that I end up being on for an hour, but I'm really not going to be before you long. I'm excited. As most of you know, just coming back couple of weeks, spent a nice, amazing time, not a nice time, an amazing, a phenomenal, an unmatched and unthinkable weekend at the Teach Me How to Heal Couples Only retreat. It was amazing. Miramar Beach out in the Panhandles. It was great. Yes, we were driving when they had declared a state of emergency in Florida, but we kept pressing on through the ice, pressing on and all the slipping and sliding. And we had an amazing time. And it was a reminder that the enemy will disrupt, or the enemy will try to disrupt, but the enemy doesn't have the power to stop anything. Let me say that again. The enemy may try to disrupt, but the enemy can't stop a thing. We had 100% attendance, and man, oh man, it was blessed. But I'll be talking about that at a different time. All roads are now leading to the Teach Me How to Heal Iron Sharpens Iron Men's Only Mental Health Conference. Let me say that again. All roads are pointing to the Iron Sharpens Iron Men's Only Conference. And on tonight, I want to bring to the stage with me an amazing man, an amazing speaker, an international speaker, an author, a motivational speaker, an educational speaker, a man of God, and someone who is just real and down to earth. See, I would not be able to do this work without anointed individuals saying yes to the calling. He has been a support. He has said yes. He has spoken on Teach Me How to Heal stages since the very first stage ever established here in Orlando, April 2023. He spoke in New York, April 2024, and he will be on the stage again, April 19th, 2025. And before I bring him to the stage, I want to bring him up the right way. So I am going to read his bio. And just as I said, as you get older, You tend to not care what people think. As you get older, you tend to not be able to see anything either. So I am hoping that I get through this bio. Here we go. Guys, I'm talking about Christopher Champ I Am Hampton. Okay, you got to be bold when you declare that I'm the champ. Champ I am. Award-winning international keynote speaker, leadership expert, best-selling author, and global teacher, Christopher C. Hampton is one of the most empowering, entertaining, and enthusiastic voices in motivational speaking today, inspiring audiences with transformational principles for embracing greatness and achieving success. He trains individuals, corporations, and organizations worldwide to overcome obstacles, pursue passions, and live life on purpose. Individuals and organizations around the world have been impacted by his message of unlocking your personal power. He just got back from India, y'all. I just want to I needed you guys to hear that. He just came back from impacting and transforming lives through his motivational speaking in India. Through sharing his personal journey of discovering his untapped potential, Christopher challenges his audience to embrace their next level personally and professionally. In line with his unrelenting passion for helping individuals succeed, Christopher founded the Champ I Am organization, which provides strategies that challenge and motivate entrepreneurs and leaders to break out their comfort zone and release their inner champ. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have him here with us on tonight. And so please give him a warm virtual hand clap, virtual applause, virtual standing ovation. I am telling you guys, coming to us by way of New Jersey. Where New Jersey at? Where New Jersey at? Where New Jersey at? Put your hands together for Christopher Champ I Am Hampton.
Yes. I love the introduction.
Hey, friend.
It's good to see you.
I know. Oh my gosh. We are just we're really doing this thing, huh?
Yeah, we've been talking about it for a while, but I'm so thankful that we're doing a session for men. And it's well needed from our conversation that we've had. This has just been an ongoing, evolving conversation that we've had. So I'm really excited about what we're about to go into.
I listen, I was thinking the last time we were on live together, we were promoting the very first conference that I hosted here in Orlando, April 2023. And the whole goal was to ensure or try, we were attempting to maximize male attendance, right? And we did. We had a pretty good turnout. However, there was a little thorn in my side ever since that April 2023 conference. I did the women's only retreat. I did the speakers only conference in Detroit. I did Teach Me How to Heal New York, even when I was planning the couples only retreat. And that thorn was this conference being curated specifically for men only. And I remember when we were leaving in April of 2023, a dear friend of mine, an amazing man, his name is Dr. Idler Bonhomme, and he said to me, he's like, this was amazing. You got to do this again for men only. And it just stuck. It resonated with me and it stayed in the back of my big old head, and God would not let me forget it. And here we are. We're actually doing this thing. April 19th, Iron Sharpens Iron Men's Only Conference. And we endeavor to provide a safe space for men to be real, to come out of that mask of masculinity and get real about their life struggles. And you were one of the first people that I spoke to and reached out to about speaking at this event, which leads me to my very first question. What would you say to a man that's very hesitant about making this decision to enroll? What would you say?
I think you need to just do it. And the reason why is because as men, we fight differently. And we have to realize that we all fight. Because I don't want to say women be like, oh, we fight too. No, we fight, but we fight differently. And we also heal differently. And with men, because we have our armor up, we got our body armor up, you can't heal and be armored up at the same time. You need to be in a place where you know that you're safe and you don't have to fight as hard. The thing you have to fight for is fight for your mental well-being, but you know that you're fighting in a safe space. And I kind of shared that on a clip with you earlier. When I say safe, safe is the acronym that I use. It says, one, that you have to be safe, meaning that you feel safe. You feel that you can take the armor off. That you're accepted, that you know that what we're bearing, sometimes we think that we're the only one dealing with the pain that we're dealing with. But when you realize that you're accepted because you're in a family of people that have experienced what you've experienced in some form or fashion, you're not alone. And then the F is free from judgment, because nobody's walking on water, right? We know that we are dealing with a weight, and that sometimes we fall short. Sometimes we give into anger. Sometimes we just didn't know how to cope. When you're free from judgment, you're able to confront your issues. And then having that encouraging environment, that when you're with a team and in a community, that they're going to encourage you to go to the next level, it's easier to make the changes when you're with a group of safety. So the reason why you want to be at this particular event is because this has been deemed a safe space. And we're going to make sure that it's safe so that you can live beyond the issue that you're living now, and live in a strong place, a secure place after you leave this conference.
A safe space, a safe space. We have 10 speakers, and we're going to be talking about many different topics. We're going to be talking about grief. We're going to be talking about intimacy or the lack thereof, addiction, depression, societal roles that we have to unlearn, relearn, or just throw in the trash, not even relearn, unlearn. There's a lot of societal roles and expectations that many have to unlearn in order to truly set themselves free. We're going to be talking about attachment injury, parental injury, inner child hurt. We're going there. We are going there. And the men that are coming to pour are amazing, anointed, and excited and hungry men who want to make sure that they have this time with the attendees. And so our speakers are flying in from the north. We have some speakers coming in from Georgia. I think we have maybe one or two local speakers. We are excited. You said something earlier. You said you can't heal and be armored at the same time. You can't heal and carry that armor at the same time. Do you know what that feels like to be armored up? Is that a personal experience? Because I know that you have shared like your personal testimony. Do you feel that in your experiences with battling with your own emotional issues, that there was a time where you were also armored up and that delayed your healing process?
It does, especially if you're married. When you're married, you can get to the point sometimes where you feel that your wife is your enemy, and your wife is not your enemy. Sometimes there's deeper things that you're fighting at. Sometimes they're speaking at you. Sometimes their words are like bullets, and you feel like, because our hot button might be, like I said, women is technically love, men is respect, right? So when we're feeling disrespect, it's hard for us to hear anything when we're disrespected, right? So if we come into our home armored up, and I know if you're in that feeling where you're in your car coming home from work and you don't want to get out your car because you don't want to go into the next war field, you fought war all day, now you got to come home and fight war again. You don't have time to heal because you're fighting the wrong people and you don't know how to engage correctly. So now this conference is going to help you to realign yourself so that you can communicate that things. You know, I was talking to a man the other day and was talking about respect. And then I said, well, what does that look like? And he's like, I don't have the words for that. And I said, you know what? A counselor can help you with that. A
Yes.
counselor can help you get those words. A counselor can sit with you and your spouse and be the interpreter of what you're trying to say. Set up the framework for communication. And that's part of the armor. When we don't know how to express ourselves, we go inward. We go into the man cave. And just like, you have we have the man cave, women have walls. And when we talk about women's walls, you can't tear down a woman's wall. So you can beat on that wall all day long. Unless she brings the wall down, you can't get through. But a man, we withdraw into the cave, right? And you can't get us to come out of our cave, because our cage was our box of protection as well. So we both fight, but we don't fight the same way. We both heal, but we need to heal in a certain way. And sometimes we need to learn the language of healing. And that's what I learned with my wife and I. We were separated for 10 years, and then came back together and had to learn how to work with each other and how to build with each other. Sometimes separation is not the best thing. You need to have a plan, a building, a path, because what happens if you leave your one woman, you're going to go take your issues with another woman. So now you're 3 women in, and you still ain't dealt with the core issue of the area that you needed healing in, because you still have your armor on. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's the reality of how we deal.
First off, that makes complete sense. I love when you called it the language of healing. When you were talking about the armor and sitting in the car because you don't want to go from one war zone to another, just delaying that reality and frankly, that torment. It reminded me of what I teach about very often as a change agent, as a psychotherapist, and that is how humans in general, we have mastered the art of normalizing abnormalities. I talk about that all the time. We normalize our compromised capacity to get 8 hours of uninterrupted rest. We normalize our compromised capacity to sexually connect with our spouses. We normalize the broken promises that we make to ourselves. And I could go on and on and on about the things that really truly expose a deeper root cause, right? Like a deeper issue that needs lots of attention, help, and that H word, healing. What do you believe men often normalize that they really need to take a pause to get more healing and support? Those mindsets or attitudes or whatever that is, whatever those experiences are, what do you find men most normalize that
It's a good question. And I think what happens is we normalize the pain. And we adapt to the pain. And when we adapt, there's a difference between adaptation and dealing with. Adapt is we just say this is a part of life, and this is just life. I got to deal with it, and I move on, and it just becomes another thing, another task, another hill that we have to climb and overcome. But dealing with the issue is what we need to be able to position ourselves to do. It's no longer time for adapting. If you're going to adapt, you better evolve. Adaptation and evolution are two totally different things. When you adapt to something, you're still the same person that's using that issue. They're still the same person, same insight. Nothing's changed. When you evolve, there's something that has changed in you, right? But we need to learn how to deal. We need to learn the rules of engagement with life a little bit better so that we can start to engage people better. Instead of having that defense mechanism to go inward, we're going to have to learn how to go into something called the tunnel of chaos and deal with the issues that are going into our life. Yes, it's chaotic, but the great thing about storms is storms don't last always. But if you keep backing away from the storm is still coming to you. So if you think that I'm going to back, but the storm is coming to you, you'll never get through the storm because you're back, and the storm is still approaching. So we need to stop diverting and start being able to have the warrior spirit to fight forward instead of retreating backwards.
I read somewhere that the hurt is locked behind the mask of masculinity. The hurt is locked behind the mask of masculinity. What does that mean for you? What comes up for you when you hear that?
Well, that to me is just another mask. I'm sorry. Is masculinity is a mask that you're using to hide behind the hurt. The masculinity is your concept of what a man should be rather than what a man is. So when we're talking about that, like I said, I'm not hiding behind my masculinity. My masculinity is who I am. There's security in that. There's strength in that, right? Being able to deal with the hurt is you're gonna have to learn. Like I said, you have to learn the tools how to deal with the hurt. You can't hide behind what a man should be. A lot of times when you're dealing with hurt, it's going to challenge what you think a man should be. So, when we talk about respect and we say respect is my trigger, if you don't learn how to deal with that, what happens is I was just disrespected this week in a professional environment, and I thought I was too grown to deal with that. But if I did, I knew what my trigger was. I knew that even though what that person was saying about me was untrue, I did not give that person the space to trigger me to go into anger. Because if I would have went into my anger and responded out of my anger, I would have lost control. Now, it doesn't say that you can't be angry, but there's a right way to be angry, and there's a right application on how you're going to deal with it. So, we talk in the Bible, be angry but sin not, right? So I was on the verge of feeling my mouth that was going to plant seeds that were going to bring a harvest in my life that I didn't want. But I was able to control that because I was understood that my trigger was being triggered. And what we need to do is, like, when we're going to learn from this summit is that if people keep triggering you and they know that button and they keep triggering you and they know that trigger is going to give a response, we're going to teach you how to take the plug away from that. Just take the control away from those people that are hitting those buttons, and then teach you the tools to be able to redirect that and deal with those issues. It's no longer time to retreat. It's no longer time to retreat, men. It's time for us to heal forward and fight forward.
Heal forward, fight forward, heal forward, fight forward. I love it. What comes to mind, one of my mentors and accountability partners and prayer warriors, Colleen Otero, she always says that our breakthrough, most of the time, is on the other side of something we do not know. It's on the other side of something that we have to learn. And learning has so much to do with healing.
Yeah.
First and foremost, before we transition out, how can people get in touch with you?
You can reach me on champim.org. It's champ, CHAMPIAM.org. And I hope that, again, men, that we will have a mirror moment when we can look at the man in the mirror and be able to say, this is who I am, but I actually know who I'm going to be. But we have to get used to looking at the image. And sometimes the image may be lesser than what you see yourself as. You don't see yourself. You see yourself weak. You see yourself weak in certain areas. But looking at the mirror is not a curse. Looking at the mirror and say, these are areas I need to change. And you need the tools that are going to help you change. So I hope that I see you in Florida. I hope that we'll see that we can change together, because even though I'm going, there's still areas I need to grow, but we can come into the safe space and we can change together and we can heal forward and we can fight forward.
Together, heal forward, fight forward. For all of you who are tuning in now, or those of you who will catch this on replay, run to www.teachmehowtoheal.com. Register yourself. If you are a male, register a man that you love. Understand that this is a unique opportunity right here in Orlando, Florida, April 19th, Doubletree Hotel. It is a unique opportunity to give men the safe space that they need to just deal and face those real life pressure, that real life pressure, those sources of stress, the pain, the hurt. We can go on and on. The whole different, the wide spectrum of emotions. And I want to say this, and then I promise we'll close. Promise we'll close.
This is the preacher closing you. This is your third close.
I know, right? What I love about this, and speaking to all of the different amazing speakers who will be pouring that day, April 19th, I have found such a great balance in what they are bringing that I understand that no matter where you fall on the spectrum of happiness, spectrum of joy, spectrum of emotions, whether you are really struggling and really need breakthrough, if you are coasting through life and you all right, you feel like, you know what, I'm okay. And for those of you who feel like you are on top of the world, wherever you fall on that spectrum of emotions or that spectrum of life satisfaction, this conference is for you. So again, run to www.teachmehowtoheal.com and register today. Chris, man, oh man, it is going to be explosive. The warfare has been serious. That's always a sign that something amazing is on the horizon for all those who are going to attend. So I thank you for your yes. Thank you for joining me tonight right here live on this platform. Again, for all of you who are watching, follow him at Champ I Am, amazing, powerful, and passionate speaker. We will see you. We will see you in Orlando, April 19th. Double trip. Go to www.teachmehowtoheal.com and register today. God bless you.
God bless.
Mm-hmm.